Life sucks for most people. They just won't tell you. People don't want to talk about how they feel about things. They don't like to talk about their struggles, their insecurities. So they won't really tell you that life sucks for them, but life sucks for most people. You might be feeling that your life is worse than other people's lives. Mm, nah, just that most people like to pretend. Life just sucks, you know. Life just sucks, but there ain't that many people who are willing to be honest. It's hard to get people to be honest. Like, people are not honest. People don't know how to express themselves. People are not real enough. There are some people who are willing to be very honest, who are willing to accept the truth as it is. But most people ain't like that. Most people would rather tell themselves lies to feel better. So you think these people are doing better than you. Like, oh, they seem happy. They seem happy. They are lying to themselves. They are lying to other people. You are just more honest. What I've noticed about most people who believe that they are depressed, that they are more honest than most people. You listen to a person who tells you that they're depressed, and you realize that the way that they view things is more accurate than the way that most people view things. So you're like, what's going on? Why is it that I get honesty from people who are saying they're depressed, but I don't get honesty from people who are saying their lives are great, life is great? You see that, oh, the people who are saying life is great, they're not seeing things as they really are, or there are some truth that they're just not seeing. The people who are saying they're depressed, they are seeing things as they really are. They are seeing deeper truth. You realize that no. The difference between people who are depressed and people who are not depressed um, is that the people who are depressed see things more accurately, and people who are not depressed don't see things, accurately. Like, that's the real difference. A person might live a life that is boring, and they might not feel satisfied, but they might lie to themselves about their own lives. They might look at people who are doing worse than them and tell themselves that, hey, I'm grateful because I have this, I have that, and there are people who don't have this thing, so I should be grateful. I know that each and every person who's watching this video has been told that they should be grateful. Am I wrong? Like, if you've never been told by someone that you should be grateful, tell me. But yeah, people will tell you that you should be grateful. Look at what you have. When you were young and you were crying because your parents couldn't afford something, and they'll say, that kids in Africa who don't have food, but you're crying because I can't buy you this now. I'm going to buy you what you want next week. Be grateful. It's like what should make people happy is the fact that they're doing better than other people. Like, that's what will make them happy. Because there's always a person that you're doing better than. So the fact that there's always a person who is in a situation that's much worse than the situation that you are in, that's what should actually make you happy. Like that, the fact that society forces people to be grateful just because some people are doing worse than them should tell you something. They shouldn't be happy because they're actually happy. They should be happy because they're doing better than some people. There is someone who is in a hospital fighting for their life, so I should be happy that I'm not in a hospital fighting for my life. I should be grateful that I'm healthy. So that should make me happy. Um, I should be grateful that I'm able to take long walks and make videos. I should be grateful that I do have like a roof over my head. I'm not homeless. But am I satisfied? Do I look at life with the same excitement that I used to look at it with when I was young? Ever seen a child that's actually happy? Well, when my nephew sees me, he runs towards me. I see him like maybe once a week. Like when he sees me, he'll run towards me. He'll be so happy and he will hug me. He's happy. He's excited about life. So it doesn't take a lot for him to be happy, right? He's not happy because he's grateful for the things that he has. He's just happy. So that makes it easy for him to be grateful. Does that make sense? Think of the last time you were happy. Didn't you feel grateful for the things that you have? Didn't you appreciate the things that you have better than you normally, you know, appreciate these things? When I feel happy, it's easy for me to watch a series that I don't really like, you know? Like if someone recommended I watch a series and I watch maybe like the first 20 or the first episode and I just don't like it, it's easier for me to watch it when I feel happy. Like I'll just watch it. But when you're bored and you're not happy, you're not satisfied, and you watch this is a series that you don't really love, like it's you feel more bored. You know what I mean? So it's easy to appreciate the smallest things when you are happy. You could sit in one place and just be happy. Sometimes you might not even want to eat because you are happy. This reminds me of this guy. I grew up with him. Like he's my day one. When we started dating girls, it was like, like my first girl, I dated my first girl in 2006. I was like 13. Yeah. But he started dating when he was maybe 15, 16. He's an attractive guy, but he didn't know that he was attractive. Like he didn't have confidence. So yeah, I remember that was like 2008, 2009, if I'm not mistaken. So he got this girl. She's beautiful. She liked all of us. Like she used to look at us, like like me, him, and this other guy, his friend. They used to look at us, like her and her friends would look at us and would see that they're interested in us. So it was just a matter of who's gonna approach first. So he happened to be the one who approached the girl first, and yeah, I remember it was after school. He saw her walking in front of us, and we pushed him because he wanted her. Go, Nick. she wants you, and then yeah, we started talking to her. She gave him her numbers. He was shaking when she. My nigga was literally shaking. We were laughing like crazy. And she gave him a numbers, like he was shaking, like really really shaking. when he came back to where we were, we laughed at him, and he was laughing at himself too. Like, but he was so happy. Actually, he didn't just get a number. He told her he likes her, and she said she liked him too. So he was so happy that she's his girlfriend now. Like, he's so damn happy. I remember we were all happy for him. We didn't even. We went to his home right after school. I didn't even go. I didn't go home directly, and his friend didn't go home directly. Like, we went to his house, and we chilled with him, congratulated him. This nigga didn't even wanna eat, bro. Like, he didn't wanna eat, and he was when we left school before he got the girl. He said he was hungry, but when you know we got home, the nigga was not hungry anymore. He was so damn happy that he didn't even want to eat. Some people eat too much just because they're not happy. You just wake up in the morning. What's exciting about your life? You just think about food. I mean, that's the like you. That's the only way for you to kind of like, you know, distract yourself. You eat and food tastes good, so that kind of like make you feel better because there's nothing else that makes you feel good. So you're like, oh, let me just eat. You eat at 9 and you're like, shit. There's nothing that I'm going to do that's going to make me feel good, so I gotta eat again. It's 12 o'clock now. You eat. You want to eat again. It's 3 o'clock. You want to eat again. That's because you're not satisfied. You're not happy. You're not excited. When I was young, I didn't eat a lot. I would play with my friends like the whole day. When we were young, our parents used to tell us, we used to come to where we were playing and say, go and eat. Because they know you haven't eaten. You woke up in the morning at 6 a.m. and went to play with other kids. You play until 1 and your mom, become concerned. Like, this person is not eating. Like, so she looks for you and finds you and hey, say, go eat. You're going to come back and play, but go eat. Because we're happy. We don't even think about eating. I don't think human beings should be eating that much. It's just that people are not happy. They don't know how to experience pleasure, so they find themselves addicted to food, addicted to, a lot of things that they shouldn't be addicted to. Because they're not happy. They're trying to feel happy. That is why it's easy for people to be addicted to drugs. It's because they want to feel happy. So people are not satisfied. People are not really happy with their lives. They're just happy that they're doing better than some people. They know that their lives, are not as bad as some people's lives. So they're like, hey, man, at least I have a car. At least I'm making $2,000 a month. At least I have a job. At least married. At least I have friends. At least there's this person in my life. But the truth is, most people are not satisfied. Most people live boring lives. There's nothing for them to be excited about when they wake up. They don't wake up in the morning and be like, I'm excited. Like, they just wake up and just feel bored because there's nothing to be excited about. And life is much worse than most people would like to admit it is. Like, your life probably sucked more than you think it did. It's just that we tend to forget how things used to be because we're not in that situation anymore. So even if you know that things were bad, but if you're not in that situation anymore, you kind of like forget how bad things used. It's like, okay, let me give you a simple example. In 2001, I broke my leg. I broke my leg. The pain that I felt, bro, the pain that I felt, I couldn't believe that you could feel the way that I was feeling. I felt so much pain. Damn, like I felt real pain. But now when I try to think of the pain that I felt, because I broke my leg like a long time ago. I don't really remember how it felt like. Like it's like it was nothing. Like if it happened again, I wouldn't. I'll be strong. But no, like I felt pain. The pain that I felt was unbearable, and I felt it for a long time. Because here's the thing, like you can feel pain. Like I've hurt myself even as an adult, but if you find that maybe it lasts for maybe 5 minutes. Like the worst pain that you feel, you last for like 5 minutes, and then you start to get better, get better. After 30 minutes, you're good. But the pain that I felt kept getting worse, kept getting worse and worse, because I couldn't even walk, so I couldn't even move my leg. Like you can't even move it. You have to lift it up, because if you move it, you feel pain, like real pain. To even turn like this, and when I was sleeping, it would take me more than 30 minutes to like 10. Because it will hurt so bad. I remember my dad thought, nah, it's nothing. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. Because they should have been taken to the hospital right away, because like my leg was really broken. But my dad was like, it's nothing. And then he went to work. The next day, he came back and still found me sleeping. When I was like thinking about when I was thinking about it, I almost cried the other day actually. So my dad puts me on his bicycle, right? Take me to a hospital, and it's like 7 to 8 kilometers from my home. So when he was taking me to hospital on his bicycle, like I'm getting more injured, but it doesn't know how bad, like how bad my leg was. So to him, I'm just a child who's afraid to you should step and walk. Like my dad was that kind of a person who'd be like, be tough, type of dad. Like he doesn't really, like he didn't really. I mean, he's a good dad though. He's a good dad. I just think there are things that he just didn't understand. So yeah, he took me to a hospital. I was in so much pain, and they did the X-ray, and he realized that, oh shit, this nigga is fucked up. Like what? Like I was fucked up, man, and yeah, I had to sleep in a hospital for many days, and it sucked. I remember my first day away from my family. You just have to sleep it sucked. But it feels like it's nothing now, because I no longer feel the way that I was feeling. So it kind of feel like it's nothing. It's nothing. Easy. But at the time when I was going through it, it was a lot. So we tend to think things were better than they used to be. We used to get bored in the past. We used to feel lonely in the past. We used to want things that we didn't have, that we couldn't have. We used to cry for things that we couldn't have, but we forget. We tend to just think about the worst things that have happened to us, and think that our lives didn't suck so bad, because the worst things that have happened to us didn't happen that many times. So you don't remember that some days you'd wake up and feel totally lonely, and feel totally alone, and not know what to do. Like you forget how boring your life was. So we tend to think things ain't as worse as they used to be. I mean, as they were actually. Like you don't think that things are as worse as they. Like you think that things didn't suck the way that they sucked. Let me put it that way. Like things really did suck, but you think they didn't. It's like when you are like doing hard labor. It sucks at the time. You see that it sucks, but After you have rested, it's not. You feel like it was nothing. It's like when you're waking out. Yeah, I think this is the best example. When you're like waking out, at least you're jogging, and you get really tired, but you keep on pushing. You feel really tired, but you keep on pushing. After resting, it's gonna feel like, but I shouldn't even have felt tired. I mean, I've just ran for like maybe 7, 8 kilometers. Like I shouldn't have felt tired because now you've rested. So you forget how it really felt like. Oh, like when you're watching an MMA or boxing fight, right? You see the other guy is tired because you are not tired, so you kind of feel like, but he can do, he can, he still can fight, he can keep on going. I remember 4 days back, I was rewatching the fight, like the Khabib and Conor McGregor fight, and I felt like Conor gave up too easily on the fourth round. I was like, but he could have kept on going, man. Because Khabib choked him, and he tapped. But I was like, I could have kept on going because he kind of gave up. He gave up his bag. Then Khabib choked him. Like if he didn't want to be choked, he wouldn't have given up his bag. But I watched it again. It's like, okay, let me watch it again. I want to see if Conor should have been tired. And I realized that, dude, he got mauled. And that was a high-paced fight. Like, and he was getting mauled. And, because Khabib is that good. If you've watched MMA, you know that nigga is something else. But when you're just watching him chilling, relaxed, you're just watching him on your TV screen, it's nothing. You're like, he could have kept on going because you could have kept on going because you're not feeling tired. So if you were him, you would have kept on going. But you don't know how tired he was, is it? He probably felt like he could have kept on going after he has rested. So that's how it's like. You look at your life, you're like, man, it wasn't that bad, but it was bad. The things that you went through almost broke you because, well, you were suffering when you were going through these things. So now these things might feel like it's not, it was nothing. You look at some of the things that almost broke you and you're like, that was nothing. That was nothing. But it wasn't nothing when you were going through it. It wasn't nothing when you were going through it. It almost broke you. You just kept on going. You just kept on being strong. The truth is, life sucks for many people, man. Many people are not enjoying their lives. They don't have anything to like really look forward to. They don't have anything to be excited about. They're just bored. This reminds me of this song by Steve Oik. What is the name of this song? But it goes like, are you living your life or just waiting to die? They're bright, the brightest things fade the fastest. I like that song. I like EDM. Are you living your life or just waiting to die? I think most people are just waiting to die. Like they're not really enjoying their lives. They don't have things that they're truly excited about in their lives. It's just boring and boring and boring. They don't love their jobs, but they love the fact that they have a job. They're miserable at work. People don't like them. Some people that they work with be gossiping. Hey, it's boring for them, but they feel better only because they have a job, and some people do not have a job. Like that's it. That's what makes them feel, a bit better. But people are sad. Like if you took your time to listen to other people's stories, like what they've had to go through in this life. People who are honest, you listen to them talk, and so you try to understand them. You don't listen to them so that for entertainment, like you listen to them because you want to truly connect with them, you realize that hey, people been through hell, bro. I remember there's this video that I've watched some years ago. This guy saying that, if you knew what your enemies have been through, you, you'd love them. Or maybe not love them because human beings are so damn selfish. I hate that. But you'd feel compassion for them. There's no one really loves you when you're like going through hard times. It's sad, and that's why people feel alone. Just the fact that as a guy, you know that if you're not doing well, women ain't going to love you. Like that's the fact that that is true. That hurts. The fact that that is true, that really hurts because it tells you something about where we are. And the problem is that even when you start doing well, you're like, but I'm only loved because I'm doing well now. Is you remember this song by 50 Cent, 21 Question? If I didn't smell so good, would you still hug me? Uh, if I was locked up, would you still love me? He was asking his girlfriend like 21 questions. If I was in a bad situation, would you still love me? If I was broke and working at McDonald's, would you still love? It's the fact that we are not really loved when we're not doing good, and it's not just women. It's just that it's kind of like worse with women, but it's not even worse. Let me put it this way: it's just that a woman, for her to even pick you and love you, she has to see potential, right? So your friends don't have to be with you. So we might blame women like, oh, women only love you when you have money. But if to friendships also require the kind of commitment that relationships require, yeah, friend will be choosing friends, you know, the same way that women choose, their lovers. So we're just fucked because we're selfish, all of us. We can't love one another genuinely, you know. So people know that. They know that, they're. So even if they become very successful and they're loved, they're shown love by people, they know at the back of their minds that, but if I didn't have this, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be loved. These people who are in my life would leave. So it feels empty. It feels empty. It doesn't. It's not something that makes you feel, you know, real excitement. At least when we're kids, even though kids are mean, but I've realized that kids, even though they're mean, they do love genuinely, like more genuinely than adults. It's just that their parents are teaching them not to love. Like kids love more genuinely than adults, but life teaches them not to love. Your parents are teaching you not to love. As you get older, it's becoming much harder and harder for you to love. Like we live in a society that makes it harder for people to love one another. You know, capitalist society where everyone is trying to make money, the most money, and they need to survive. Like that's what they need to survive. So if we live in a society like that, of course people are going to focus on their survival. But kids don't need to focus on survival because they're surviving. Their parents are taking care of them, so it's easy for them to love anyone because their survival doesn't depend on who they love. But we live in a world where your survival can also depend on who you love. When people are choosing their partners, they look at how stable the person is. Like, that person is unstable. They get angry sometimes, so I don't love them. This person, I thought this person was great. No, no, no. This person is not great. This person is not making that much money. No, no. You know what I mean? So there's no love. How do we connect with one another genuinely if we are looking at how well a person is to even love them? And how can we be satisfied? How can we be like, yeah, we're great, we're having a great experience? Like, we're not. Like, this is not a beautiful story. This is a story where people are trying to survive. It's like we're in Hunger Games trying to survive. Like, it's not a beautiful story. We're competing for survival. This is not a beautiful story. We have people who are really stressed, who have nothing, who don't know what to do with their lives. We're not helping them because we don't give a shit about them. This is not a beautiful story. There is someone who has cancer right now. No one is helping them financially. This is not a beautiful story. A kid that was born in a wrong family suffering from cancer, no one is like, hey, but this kid was just born in a bad family, the parents just don't have money, let me help this kid. No one gives a shit. This is not a beautiful story. It actually sucks. Like, the more you look at things as they really are, you realize how much life actually sucks. You go online and listen to women talking about they want a guy who has this and that. You'd realize how much life actually sucks. You listen to guys saying about, I need a woman who's this, and you know what I mean? You're like, damn, we are fucked. Like, this is not meaningful. This sucks. This is not a beautiful story. This is not a story that we would want to repeat. It just sucks. I know there's some people who like movies where people are just analyzing one another, but some people are, I don't know, they kind of, like, in my opinion, much more conscious. So they want meaningful stories, story of love, where people care about one another genuinely. You see that the love is real, or the compassion is real, and people are standing together. But we don't live in a world like that. People don't really care about one another, bro. Like, if it was possible for people to do things that are bad to one another without really without putting themselves at risk, I think we would see how horrible people are. Like, I've given you this example. If they said, hey man, for a year you are able, you'll be allowed to do whatever you want and you're not going to get arrested, what do you think will happen? Like, what keeps people from doing bad things is the fact that there's consequences. We treat, and this should tell you something what I'm about to tell you. The kindest people are not being treated good in our society. If you know that this person is good, you can get away with mistreating them. You don't treat them good, right? Because there's not going to be consequences. But the people that you fear, you're like, hey, I can't fuck with this person. But if you don't fear someone, you're like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. There's not going to be consequences. So I can treat you however I want to treat you. I can show you who I am, bro. You see? I remember there's this video. Dude, like, it kind of fucked me up. Like, watching that video kind of fucked me up. So there's this guy. He's homeless and crazy, like mad. Lives in New York. He's famous. Like, he's a famous homeless person. He's famous for snatching someone's food. Like, this lady was eating food, sitting down on the train, and this nigga was standing in front of her, and then he snatched the food and ran away. She was so damn mad, so he got famous. So I remember in this other video, these guys were making fun of him because he's crazy. He was like, oh, I'm the king of New York, and they were throwing stuff at him. You know what I mean? You're like, come on, man, come on, like, really? Because you know that there's not going to be consequences, so you're treating him that way. Humans ain't what you think they are, bro. Like, most humans are not conscious, and yeah, they are willing to do things that are bad, but they're afraid of the consequences, and that is why people protect themselves in so many different ways. That's why people are not willing to be vulnerable. You're afraid to talk about how you feel with someone because you don't feel safe. You're like, this person doesn't give a shit. They're gonna go around talking about what I'm going through. I've learned that, like, not to tell people how I really feel when I was young. Like I do talk about how I feel on the channel, but I mean, not like I've learned not to talk about what is going on in my life. Like I've learned not to talk about the challenges that I face after realizing that, oh, people can't keep secrets, bro. I can keep secrets, and that's what's crazy. So if you know how to keep secrets, you assume that other people can keep secrets, but they can't. Most people can't keep secrets. I'm the type of person. If you tell me something, no other person is gonna know. Even if you didn't tell me that no other person should know, but if you tell me, hey, this is what I'm going through, this is the problem that I have, I'm gonna keep your secret forever. Like straight up, I'm gonna keep your secret. Like I don't like talking about other people. I like philosophizing. Like when I'm having conversation with people, I like talking about deep stuff. So I think some people just don't have anything to talk about, so they talk about other people. That's what makes them feel excited. But that shows how boring this is. The fact that talking about what other people are going through is what makes people feel excited. Because here's the thing: if we're really enjoying this experience, if people were really, really enjoying their lives, do you really think they would care what's going on in other people's lives, really? Do you think it will matter to them what other people? I mean, it will matter if the things that other people are going through are bad. But do you really think they would want to gossip about other people to feel happy, to feel like their lives are better? Like, that person just got cheated on. I knew he was stupid. Why did he even choose that girl? Didn't he know that she was like this? Like there's no compassion, there's no love. They're just happy that you know that happened. So the truth is that people are just pretending, but there is no real love. There isn't that real connection. Like people don't really care about one another. There's this guy that I know. He attends like all the funerals of the people that he knows, like his maybe his high school friends, the people that he's close now. He attends their funerals, but he's always been the type of guy that will gossip about everyone. You'd see he has no love. Like he has no love in his heart. No, he's in his heart. So I ask myself, why is he attending people's funerals, bro? I don't want this nigga to attend my funeral. Like he has no, like if I mean, I'm gonna be here for a very long time, but I wouldn't want this nigga to attend my funeral because I know how fake he is. But yeah, I'm gonna be here for a very long time. Like, don't even worry. Don't even worry. Yeah, I still got a lot to do, but yeah, man, like knowing how fake a lot of people are, that makes this meaningless. The people who think this is meaningful, people who are naive, who don't know uh, how evil, most people are. I know people who are just naive, bro. Like the way that they talk about other people, and it's usually people who are happy. The way that they talk about other people, like, oh, this person say this, they say this, they do this, they do, like they don't understand people. Like a dog, you know what I mean? Like a dog that likes you no matter what. It doesn't, no matter how you treat it doesn't see that sometimes you're just an asshole, you know. To the dog, you're just being a human. You're treating it the way that humans treat dogs. But yeah, some humans are like that. That's so damn naive, bro. Like they avoid the negative things and only focus on the positive things. And here's the problem: you might say, "Oh, that's actually a good thing. We must focus on the positive things." No, no, no. When I say focus on the positive things, and this is very important, I'm saying be aware of the negative things that are going on, but don't think a lot about them. I'm not saying avoid all the negative things when they happen, act like they didn't happen at all, and not solve the problems that actually exist at all, and just live life as if these problems did not exist. I'm not saying that. I'm saying focus on the positive things that are going on. If the negative things that have happened are not really going to affect you. But if these negative things that have happened are going to affect you, do something about these problems, but don't really focus too deeply about on these problems. You know what I mean? Like, you must not waste your energy on these problems. You just focus on what you can do, and then leave it alone, and then do other things. Things usually work themselves out. But here's the thing. Here's what I've realized about people who are always positive. Bad things do happen to them. Like, the most fucked up things do happen to them. But they still want to tell themselves that, but it's not a big deal. Okay, let me give you this simple example. I remember a few months back, I watched a video on TikTok. It was a video of this guy. He's 50 years old. He was saying that he just found out that his wife had been cheating on him for 30 years. He has 3 sons, and all of them are not his. I believe that he was the kind of guy who was always positive. He was always focusing on the positive things. So even when his wife was showing him that something is wrong, he was always positive. He didn't pay attention to how she would respond to him sometimes. He didn't pay attention, so he didn't see what was really going on. And because of that, she continued to cheat on him. But if you are really it, and I think this has to depend on how you want to live your life, because if you are really conscious, you realize that none of it really matters. Even if, let's just say, you live your life, you are very positive, your wife cheats on you, you don't get to know, and you are happy, your life it doesn't really that might not necessarily be a bad thing, right? But it depends on what you find meaning in. Do you find meaning in truth? Do you want to live with people who don't give a shit about you, people who are lying to you, people who are manipulating you, people who are using you, and not be aware that that's what they're doing, and be happy? You want to be like a dog. It doesn't matter how other people are treating you. It doesn't matter if they're using you. It doesn't matter if they're lying to you. I know people who are being used by other people, but who are kind of happy because of the stories that they're telling themselves. Well, the truth is that they are being used. So do you want to be the kind of person who don't focus on what is actually true? If you are being used, you don't want to be but I am being used, and I don't want to be used. Even if it means that I'm going to suffer alone, but I would rather be alone than be used by another person. So those who are willing to be more real, usually they suffer than people who are not willing to be real. But people who are not willing to be real make mistakes a lot. They make mistakes. And other people might suffer because of the mistakes that they make, because they are not willing to be real. So if you are real, you're going to make less mistakes, because you are conscious of how your actions can be affecting others. For example, someone might decide that they're not going to have children because of how messed up the world is. They see the world as it is. They're not telling themselves stories that make them feel better about life. So they might be you know what, I'm not going to bring a child into this world because, this really does suck. A lot of people are living a lie. A lot of people are not happy. A lot of people are living unfulfilling lives. So that's it. I'm not bringing anyone else here. But a person who's always positive is going to be yeah, look, yes, there's problems in the world, but look at the technology that we have now. Look at social media. In countries where there used to be hunger, there isn't hunger. There isn't starvation anymore in these countries. It means we are improved. They'll look at the positive things without looking at the real. They'll look at things the way that you watch movies, right? Like you not see the background stories of people. Like this, the way that you look at the life of someone who became very successful, like you don't know how hard they worked. You just look at the final product. So some people just look at life like that. Like you're not really aware of what is going on in the background. You're just kind of focusing on what you see. You don't know the kind of problems that people go through. You don't know how rotten people's hearts are. You just believe in what they are showing you because of how naive you are. I think it's better to be honest. I think it's better to be real. I think it's better to be authentic than to be fake in order to feel better. If this sucks, it sucks. You'll be able to make better decisions if you acknowledge that it sucks, because it sucks, rather than lying to yourself daily, or believing in a religion that makes you feel positive about the experience that you are having, even though there's no proof that that religion is actually true. Even though you can say that, but this has to be BS. But you're trying to be as positive as possible. I think the strongest people are the people who are real, because they suffer but they're strong. Not people who are unconscious. You can't say that a person who doesn't see what is going on, like let's say something bad happens and they don't know that there is something bad that has happened, so they don't react negatively. You cannot say that they're strong. They're just not aware that something bad has happened. Is it? So you might believe that they are just strong because you are aware of what is happening. You think they are aware, but they're not. So things don't affect them the same way that things they affect you, because they are unconscious and you're conscious. That's the difference. You are aware of what is happening and what it means, and they're not aware. Some of them are aware of what is happening, but they're not aware of what it actually means. But yeah, I think it is better for people to be honest than to lie to themselves. I think intellectual honesty is important. Saying things as they are is really important. That's how we're going to solve the problems that we have in our own lives, and that's the only way that we'll be able to make society better, because we'll be focusing on the real problems, so we'll come up with real solutions. But if we're not focusing on the real problems, how are we going to find the solutions to the problems that we have if we're not conscious enough to recognize these problems that we have? Most people are just living a lie, so they feel good because of the lies that they're telling themselves. That would be like if something really bad was going to happen next year to everyone, and you didn't know, but your friend knew, and they were scared, they were anxious, they were not feeling good, you'd think this person is just too negative. Because you're not aware of what they are aware of. Let's say someone told them, someone told you that things are going to be great next year, and you believe them. You'd feel much better than them, because you believe that things are going to be better, even though things ain't going to be better. But you believing that things are going to be better makes you feel good. And I know that might seem like a good thing. I mean, you might say, isn't it better for me to feel good my whole life believing that things are going to work out, or I'm having a positive experience, than to feel bad? I'd say that doesn't allow you to grow. Like you don't grow if you don't see things as they are. If you continuously tell yourself lies, you never grow. And you also have to understand that a lot of things that are going on in this world actually points to this being some kind of a trap. So if you're not working on becoming more conscious, you might not be able to ascend. You know what I mean? You might not be able to, like, you might find yourself stuck here forever because you are not conscious enough to see the truth. You're not conscious enough to actually wake up. Thank y'all, guys.